Hi, Glenn Kirschner in person.
Hello, Steph. Now, I got the tingle going up my leg because I'm here today with you.
It's so exciting. And my dog has already accosted you.
Love
Colonel
Steve.
Austin.
Love Steve.
Wow. Oh, look how smiley he is.
I have already made you coffee, as I do
You
here
have.
in
Thank you.
Gilead, here
Thank
in The
you.
Handmaid's Tale. I was like, can I get you some coffee? A little breakfast, maybe? Welcome to Los Angeles.
Oh, thrilled to be here.
Yeah.
So happy to be with y'all.
We are so excited. Well, we were just saying, I was literally joking with neighbor Doug.
Oh, yeah.
I was walking down the street yesterday with my headphones on, and I paused the thing because they were just talking about the IRS audits of Comey and McCabe, and I said, sorry, I'm just listening to the latest felony that Donald Trump committed since I started this walk on the beginning of the street. So let's start with the latest thing that may or may not be illegal. What is it? What did somebody do the math? It's 1 in 82 million, the chances that Jim Comey and Andrew McCabe also got this kind of IRS audit,
Yeah,
right?
Donald Trump is the gift that keeps on giving. It's felony palooza, right? And
Yes.
I love that people are asking the question, well, do you think maybe this could be a Trump orchestration that his two sworn enemies at the FBI both got, these deep dive audits? Yes, there's a connection there, right? This is not random.
Yeah.
So, and I tell you, I'm going to lose my mind if somebody doesn't get locked up soon for the crimes that we all saw. We saw them commit.
Yeah.
The J6 committee is now reinforcing with evidence that they committed those crimes. It's time to lock some people up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What, Glenn, do you have confidence? So this is Trump's head of the IRS, right? But it's also an IG that's doing this investigation. Do you have confidence that they'll, and again, I know it's just one felony on top of a bunch of other ones, but is there going to be accountability for something like this?
I worked for the federal government for 30 years, and I believe most of the people inside the federal government are good, honest, ethical, hardworking people. My concern is how many lackeys did Donald Trump and company install in federal agencies? We don't know the answer to that question. And I think, Merrick Garland is doing his best, I think, to purge the Trump loyalists who might still be in there doing Trump's dirty bidding. Other agencies, I think the same is true. But we don't know what we don't know. We don't know how compromised those agencies remain to this day.
Do you have confidence in Christopher Wray?
I wish he had done things that seemed obvious that they should have been done, like the 4,500 citizen tips on Brett Kavanaugh's unsuitability to serve on the bench.
Yeah.
I, for the life of me, can't understand how the FBI would open a tip line, would invite citizens to put themselves out there and provide information about the dirty deeds of Brett Kavanaugh and deliver those tips to the very person who had every incentive to bury them, Donald Trump's White House. And the fact that we've never heard anything more about those 4,500 tips, talk about doing a disservice to the citizens who provided them, and by extension, a disservice to all of us, because now we're having our constitutional rights revoked.
What about as it relates to January 6th and the warnings and the run-up to it?
I have reason to be concerned, Steph, because what we know, we all knew there was going to be some kind of attack on the Capitol, right? This was no secret.
Yeah.
And for the FBI to, it feels like, abdicate its responsibility to protect the Capitol that day. Now, that was in part a Trump orchestration. I firmly believe that the reason the Capitol was deprived of the forces it needed to repel the attack was because Donald Trump orchestrated that.
Yeah. So it's Pat Cipollone Day. Happy Pat Cipollone Day.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, and what are you expecting, and are we going to see this videotape testimony on Tuesday?
Oh, brave Pat Cipollone.
Right? I smell sarcasm.
Run away, run away.
I smell snark.
Look at what it took to get his butt in the chair, as we call it, when we finally get a witness to testify. It took a 25-year-old woman, Cassidy Hutchinson, outing some of Donald Trump's crimes, some of Mark Meadows' crimes, and the sort of complete abdication by Pat Cipollone as White House counsel. When you think about this, what he told Cassidy Hutchinson was, you have to make sure Donald Trump doesn't lead the march on the Capitol. Cassidy, you got that? Now, I think, first of all, it was smart of him to turn to a woman to try to make that happen, because she now goes in the hero category with Ambassador Yovanovitch, Dr. Fiona Hill, and so many other women who are stepping up and trying to save the democracy.
Randomly, I'm going to pick Fani Willis and Letitia James. But
we have high hopes, you know. But the fact that the White House counsel would turn to this 25-year-old staffer and say, now look, you need to stop the president from marching on the Capitol. Why? Because if he does, we will be charged with every crime imaginable. Hey, Pat, how about you step up and stop the president from marching?
What do you make of that, Glenn? What do you make of the fact that he apparently did the right thing in the moment, according to all testimony, but why did he defend Trump during the impeachment? Well, why is he just now coming forward? I mean, go ahead.
Because these are weak, cowardly, and I have air quotes up around the word men. These are weak, cowardly individuals, right? I mean, look at the people who sort of live in Trump's polluted orbit. Now, Cipollone and Mark Meadows and Steve Bannon and Roger Stone and Paul Manafort and Rudy Giuliani and John Eastman and Jeffrey Clark, these are no kind of men, right? And so it's hard to understand why people in the upper echelons of government don't have the guts to stand up and do what's right. Now, I agree, Steph. In the moment, according to Cassidy Hutchinson, Cipollone was trying to do some of the right things. But you know what he's also been doing for the last 18 months? He's been covering up the crimes of Donald Trump. There's actually a law on the books that says if you have knowledge that an offense against the United States has been committed and you fail to report it to the appropriate authorities in a timely manner, that's a little thing we call misprision of a felony. He's been covering up Donald Trump's crimes for at least 18 months now. I'm glad he's Johnny-come-lately to the testimony party. Let's see if he testifies fully, truthfully, and accurately and incriminates Donald Trump the way we know he can.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that, because there reportedly was some agreement under which he talked to them in the first place, but he's going to try privilege probably, right? And what I don't get is you keep talking to us about is the crime fraud exemption, but also I don't get how any kind of privilege would apply here. First of all, he can corroborate what he told Cassidy Hutchinson, right?
Yeah. So he can try to claim, he can't claim attorney-client privilege because he's not in an attorney-client relationship with the president.
He was the attorney for the United States.
But he can try to claim a half-baked executive privilege, but not if they're talking about how in the world do we stop Donald Trump from committing the crimes he's intending and he has announced he's going to commit. That doesn't enjoy any privilege. Moreover, all these conversations he's having with Cassidy Hutchinson and Mark Meadows and others, they don't enjoy any privilege.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry, I misspoke. He's not the attorney for the U.S. He's the attorney for the White House.
Yeah. The office of the presidency.
Right. He owes the American people the truth here, right? He's not the lawyer for Donald Trump. He's the lawyer for the office.
And the good news is, Steph, I don't think he can help but incriminate Donald Trump when he finally raises his right hand, takes an oath, and begins testifying.
Yeah.
And then, as you suggested, what we're going to see as early as Tuesday, I think at the next public J6 hearing, we're going to start to see clips of his testimony played. The J6 committee has done a brilliant job of presenting this to the American people.
Yes.
Let's talk about the next Republican operatives connected to the plan to put forward fraudulent, let's just stop calling them alternate electors for Donald Trump are set to turn over information to the Justice Department as soon as, I believe, today, right, as criminal investigations examining efforts to overturn the election pick up pace. The DOJ issued numerous subpoenas the past few weeks seeking information on all 7 battleground states where Trump's campaign convened the false electors. So I think that's by today. So that is a good sign that this is all ramping up, right?
Yeah, there are so many conspiracies at play here, and there is so much to indict and prosecute that it's almost too much to get our arms around. But I always say, if high government officials are going to commit these kind of crimes to the detriment of we the people, it's too much not to get our arms around. Nobody said governing would be easy. Nobody said being federal prosecutors at the Department of Justice would be easy. Take it from me. I know from the inside. But we have to get our arms around all of this because the fake elector thing, it didn't quite succeed last time, but the Supreme Court has accepted a review of a case called Moore v. Harper, which is called the independent state legislature doctrine. But if there was truth in advertising, we would call it what it is. It's the fake elector doctrine. And the Supreme Court next term is prepared to give that its thumbs up.
Yeah.
So not only are they revoking our constitutional rights, not only have they announced that they're about to revoke more of our constitutional rights, they're also going to give a retroactive thumbs up to Trump's coup. So if we don't start acting, it's hard for me to stay sitting in this chair. If we don't start acting to deal with a compromised Supreme Court, my recommendation is opening impeachment inquiries right now. People will say, but that doesn't guarantee the House will draft articles of impeachment. And if they do, it doesn't guarantee that they'll pass. And if they do, it doesn't guarantee that the Senate will convict at a trial and remove these compromised justices. Steph, if we don't take the first step on that road, then we're just giving our constitutional rights away.
Yeah. Obviously, people talking about Georgia a lot. You retweeted someone that said Graham's office says he's been informed he is neither a target nor a subject. You said a prosecutor telling you you're neither a target or a subject does not control a witness's ability to plead the Fifth. Raffensperger indicated it seemed to him Graham was suggesting he should toss legally cast votes. Feels kind of self-incriminating-ish. Lindsay's scared. What is your take on all that? And what, again, this is not an official senatorial act. It was a political act. So once again, how can he defy the subpoena? Let's start with that.
First of all, he can't legally defy the subpoena. When you saw that press release, it's a witch hunt and separation of powers. He's like just using catchphrases.
Yeah.
There's no substance to any of it. I use the analogy that if Lindsey Graham was in Atlanta and he saw Donald Trump shoot somebody not on Fifth Avenue but on Peachtree Street, he could be subpoenaed by the Georgia state prosecutors and forced to testify about the crimes of Donald Trump without separation of powers issues. The same holds true here. He knows about election crimes of Donald Trump. He's been subpoenaed to testify about them, and he's scared to death to testify. Here's why. The prosecutors can say, Lindsey, you're just a witness. We're not looking to indict you, but you have Brad Raffensperger saying, I interpreted a call from Lindsey Graham as asking me to toss out lawfully cast ballots. That is solicitation to commit election fraud under the Georgia state laws. That's why Lindsey, in the back of his mind, knows he has a Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. So even if Fani Willis, out of the goodness of her heart, said, look, we got bigger criminal fish to fry, Lindsey. We're not looking to jam you up, which is why she said you're not a target or a subject. You're just a witness. But he still has a Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, even if he's not a target or a subject, if his truthful testimony would incriminate him. And based on what Brad Raffensperger said, it would. So he is scared to death,
obviously,
to testify.
Look, first of all, how is your coffee?
Coffee's perfect, Steph. Perfect.
That's the main thing I'm excited about. All right, listen, the phone number is 323-410-0458. I get it. It's like Daddy went out for cigarettes like 17 years ago and just got home. Everybody calm down. I will try to get you in for your question for Glenn.